Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. It's November 2023. Only a few more weeks away now and it's going to be Christmas. So, here's my recommendation. Now is the perfect time to get your next motorbike. With Christmas coming up, it's always the same every year where people try to sell their motorbikes to pay for PlayStations and all that good stuff for the kiddies, and that's fair enough. And this is the best time to negotiate the price down. So, if you see a bike at £4,000, there's a really good chance you'll get it for 3,200, maybe a bit more, 3,300. So now is the best time to go and buy a bike. Under normal circumstances, under the normal situation. This year, with the post-COVID and with the cost of living rising and with fuel being so expensive at £7 a gallon for your car or bike, and with gas and electricity being so expensive, although I understand that the prices are coming down, it's even easier to buy a second-hand motorbike or a brand new bike. So now's the time to go and buy your next bike. Now that next bike may well be for next summer or next autumn. Sorry, not autumn, spring. So go out and start looking. Don't wait until April next year or March next year, because the prices will go up, because that's the start of the season. So go out and go and find the bike that you want right now and put it away, maybe in the garage for a few months. You can clean it all up and get it ready for the next season. Also, with all this global issue regarding cost of living and all that, the dealers and the manufacturers are starting to fund their own finance. So it's the manufacturers that are funding the finance. They're not going to the banks. As an example, the DR1050 from Suzuki, that particular model is currently on 2.9% for a loan. 2.9%. Don't know what the deposit is, but you can get a loan at 2.9%. Now, I've always said, if a loan is offered at 3% or less, you are far better off borrowing someone else's money and using that money to purchase whatever product it is. In this case, it's a motorcycle. Yeah? So, there is an opportunity there. I am sure Honda, Kawasaki, Triumph, Moto Guzzi, all the other dealers will start doing this. But I do know that Suzuki have started the 2.9% deal on the DR1050. And the DR1050 is a great bike. Let's be clear on that. They're not offering it because it's a bad bike. It's a great bike. It's just that everybody stopped buying new motorbikes. So really think hard about the bike that you want and how you can go and get it. Remember, on the second-hand market, only a couple of months ago did I get a GSXR 600. The guy was offering it at 3,900, having had a look around it and pointed a couple of little things out on it. We ended up agreeing at £3,200. So he reduced that by £700 from 3,900. Yeah. So that's that's nearly a quarter. In fact, no, it's 20%. He dropped it by 20. And that was then, still at the end of the season, the end of the riding season in the UK. Now, it could, I guess if it was the same situation, advertising it for 3,900, he'd probably get 3,000 for it, because we're at the end of the season now. What's your thoughts? Leave your comments below. This is a great time to buy a motorcycle. A great time to buy a motorcycle. Someone's coming up here fairly fast. Not to worry, I'm out of the way now. I'd love to know what your thoughts are. And don't forget to subscribe. I've only got about 2.8% subscribers, and people are looking and looking. It costs nothing to subscribe. Please subscribe. And also give a like to the video if you did enjoy it. And don't forget to comment. So, let's now talk about other types of bikes that you might be considering. Let's talk about nostalgia bikes, RD350 LCs. So as we move through into 2024 and the cost of living is going to get harder and harder, yes, I will be very, very careful about purchasing a nostalgia bike. Yeah, these are already coming down in price. They're not particularly selling well. Then again, not a lot of bikes are selling well, and not a lot of second-hand cars are selling well. Hence, it's a great time to buy if you've got the cash. Yeah, it's a great time to buy. You can get a good bargain. So nostalgia bikes, just be very, very careful. You might buy something at £5,000, an RD350 LC, and next year it might only be worth £3,500. I've seen RG500s, Suzuki RG500s that were once 21,000, and they're struggling to sell them at 15,000 now. Yeah, I've seen RD500s up for sale. The RD500 from Yamaha, the V4 two-stroke, wonderful machine. Oh, wonderful. They were 21,000. Now, 15 grand. And people are still struggling to buy. That's because people are very nervous about spending the money. So, I suspect come 2024, people will be even more nervous. So be very careful on nostalgia bikes. Also, when you're buying your bike, consider how many miles per gallon it does. If you're only going to ride it once every an hour or two on a Sunday, it doesn't really matter what miles per gallon it does, because it really is a toy. Yes? But if you need that to be a toy and a commute to work, be very careful on how many miles per gallon it does. Most modern bikes now, I mean, I've got the Tiger 900. That does 60 miles to the gallon. 60 miles to the gallon. And that's what you should be looking for if you're using it for long distance or a commuter bike. And I do go long distance. I don't just go up to the cafe on a Sunday and turn it around and go back home. Or go to Matlock Bath and come back home. I don't do that. I use the bike a lot. Yeah. I've also got the BSA Gold Star, which does over 60 miles per gallon. So it's just another dimension that you need to consider. Yeah? Don't go and buy yourself something that does 40 miles per gallon if you can't afford to run it. And if it's a two-stroke and it does 40 miles per gallon, remember you're going to have to buy the two-stroke oil. And it's going to be high-quality oil, isn't it? So it's not going to be cheap. Yes? So just take those points into consideration. I hope you found this useful. If you've got any questions, put the comments below. You can also email me directly if you don't want to put a comment and want a private chat. That's absolutely fine. Go to my channel page on the home and you'll see my email address somewhere on there. Reach out to me if you wish, and I'll try to help you and support you on the ideas of moving forward with whatever bike you fancy. Yeah. Remember, some of the modern bikes that are coming out only do 40 miles to the gallon, like the new Suzuki GSXR S1000. Only does 40 to the gallon, which I find, I just find that a bit surprising. Lovely machine, no doubts about it, but 40 to the gallon. when it's £7 a gallon. Yeah, just have a think about it. Hope you found this useful. If you did, don't forget to like, subscribe please, and I will see you very soon in the next video. See you soon. Thank you. Bye bye.